Mitsubishi's dealers are pleading with the brand. They say they need help, and it's getting to the point of potentially being a crisis. Here are the details. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Guys, great to have you with us. And to tell you the truth, I'm in a bit of a crisis myself. No, to be honest, it's just the crisis of life sometimes is quite difficult to deal with, considering the situation. You guys probably understand. Anyhow, Mitsubishi's dealers are pleading with the company as sales are falling. It's true, actually. Mitsubishi sales and Nissan's went down last year. In fact, Mitsubishi sold so few cars last year. I think they sold about 760,000 worldwide, becoming very much a niche company. And at that point, when you're selling much smaller numbers of cars below that million mark, each individual unit costs more to manufacture. Mitsubishi's dealers are asking the company to take action in order to keep them able to sell new vehicles. There's very little positive news coming out of the Mitsubishi camp, says Car Scoops. It appears that the company is focusing on an aging lineup of crossover SUVs and leveraging its partnership with the Renault-Nissan Alliance to fill the gaps with rebadges. To be fair, Mitsubishi's plug-in hybrids are actually not bad. I'd say they're better than Toyota. I'd say they're clearly better than probably anything else coming from legacy automakers. Of course, if you were to compare them to Geely's plug-in hybrids, BYD's plug-in hybrids, in fact, numerous plug-in hybrids you can get in China now, yeah, they're nowhere near that level, but they're still not too bad. There was hope, though, that things would turn around with the new Nissan-Honda merger, and the company would have some new products and some new electric cars to sell. But now that's dead in the water. US dealers are getting frustrated, and I think they're starting to panic. I think they're starting to see the writing on the wall, the reality here. This is a company that's shrinking. It's not growing. It's already basically gone bankrupt in China. It left all its stuff in China. It had factories in China, just walked out. See ya, bye, not coming back. So it's not a company that is showing any prospect of growth, put it that way. There's multiple problems going on here. The Three Diamonds dated lineup, says Car Scoops, cannot be ignored with cars like the Outlander Sport dating back to 2011. People criticize Tesla for having dated vehicles, but the Outlander Sport 2011, I mean, guys, here in Australia, the Pajero, come on. That thing's so freaking old school. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross was last redesigned in 2021. Stocks of the now discontinued subcompact Mirage, their little micro budget car, the brand's second bestseller in the world. That's going to run out. Apparently, there's no replacement coming for the US market. No replacement coming anywhere, actually. That car is just being discontinued because, well, you don't make any money on those really small, cheap cars. Very exclusive event here in Newcastle. Saturday, the 15th of March from 3 to 5 p.m. I'll be speaking here with just a couple of other speakers. Very small event. So you can meet me in person. You can actually have a look at my EV as well, the Xpeng G6. Test that out. I'll put a link in the description below to the event. I believe that the tickets will probably sell out very, very quickly. So if you're from Sydney, from Brisbane, from Newcastle, make sure you click on that link as quickly as possible to get in. I think there's only around 30 tickets left at this point in time. I'll put that link in the description and I'll see you there. Dealers, they aren't happy. So much so that they're trying to get the attention of the company executives by sending a letter to Mitsubishi Motors, apparently to the CEO, Mark Chaffin, and Mitsubishi Motors CEO Takeo Kato. So they've sent letters to the CEO in North America and the global CEO. They say this: swift action is needed to keep your dealer body engaged in actually selling new vehicles. According to information provided by dealers in the National Automobile Dealers Association's Mitsubishi Group, profits are down. In 2023, the average dealer profit as a percentage of sales was 2%. 2% is minuscule. In 2024, that dropped significantly to 0.9%. I can't believe these numbers. I don't know how these. Yeah, why would you want to sell a Mitsubishi? 0.9%. It's not even worth your time. It's really not. And the thing is, if you look at it, the numbers are declining. So 2.2% the previous year, last year 0.92%. I mean, that means they're on track to be making a loss this year. In the Midwest, it's reported that 4 out of 15 Mitsubishi stores went out of business in a year. Well, another says they're losing $80,000 a month. If this is true, 4 out of 15, that's what, 30% of dealers going bankrupt. In addition to an aging lineup, prices are going up. The Outlander got a mildly refreshed look for 2025, but also a $1,250 price bump. According to data from Cox Automotive over the last 4 years, the average sticker price of a brand new Mitsubishi increased by a staggering 22% to $31,000 US last year. Incentives are down. The brand has spent 26% less during the same period. Mitsubishi has made it difficult to make any money on new cars, said an anonymous retailer speaking to Automotive News. Anonymous for fear of reprisals. The individual said that they had lost $1 million at each of their stores last year. Not many people come wanting to buy a Mitsubishi that isn't the Outlander. It's basically the company's only car that anyone's interested in. There may be some light at the end of the tunnel, says Car Scoops, for aggrieved retailers. A promised new wave of products is expected in 2026, with an all-new EV for North America being added to the lineup next year. Will that EV, though, be any good? Considering Mitsubishi's previous EVs, there aren't really any. There's a few in China. No, it's unlikely. Dealers still think they're fighting with one hand tied behind their back, especially as brands such as Toyota, Hyundai, and Kia have numerous offerings across the board. Mitsubishi North America's CEO, Mark Chaffin, claims that the brand is listening and taking action. But what can he do? I mean, the CEO of Mitsubishi in North America, he can't control what the parent company does. The company is considering offering more dealer cash to close sales. And in the last quarter of 2024, the automaker reworked the dealer margin structure to offset higher floor plan costs, added trade-in assistance rebates, and boosted volume bonus payments while lowering monthly sales targets. But how much can a company that's already in decline do? I mean, how much can Mitsubishi give to dealerships when they don't get it much themselves? Is this enough? Are the parent company doing enough for Mitsubishi to still be around in 2035 under its current guise? I mean, will Mitsubishi be taken over by someone else? Well, I hope that they are. Because if they're not acquired by a company like Geely or BYD, even potentially someone else, if someone doesn't acquire them, then there will be no Mitsubishi in 10 years' time from now. Think about how fast Chinese car manufacturers are evolving, right? They are evolving and improving at a far faster pace than Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi is selling not that many cars at this point in time. Really, they're a very, very small bit player on the global car market. They have less than 1% of all cars sold worldwide are Mitsubishis, less than 1%. When that figure becomes less than 0.5%, which will happen within 5 years' time, Mitsubishi will find it very, very hard to stay profitable and to be able to invest enough money into new cars. I mean, if you're making small amounts of money, you can't invest. The money just it's not there to be able to build new products, to be able to, to innovate. A risk is also that Mitsubishi's dealers will instead be forced to focus on used car sales. And with lots of nearly new fleet cars coming back to retailers and the lackluster appeal of Mitsubishi's current offerings, it's expected that dealerships may be forced to survive off hugely discounted cars, putting more pressure on the dealerships themselves and obviously more and more pressure on the parent company. I believe the likelihood of Mitsubishi going bankrupt is exceptionally high. Now, when I say likelihood, I mean short-term likelihood. Will the company go bankrupt if it's not acquired by another company within 10 years? I'd say there's about 99% probability of that happening. If it's acquired by another company, then, the other company could certainly reinvent them. But they need a huge amount of investment. I mean, they need billions of dollars invested into the company, into transforming their products, coming up with next generation models. And that under their current system, with their current amount of profits, number of cars they're selling, just simply isn't financially possible. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments.